Get fucking riposted, you freaking nerd. Whoop. Oh, I could have parried that. Oh well. I recall many people saying they had a lot of trouble with Pontiff Sulyvahn. That's an explosion. Careful. And now Phase 2 begins. The true Dark Souls begins now. Because Pontiff Sulyvahn has a stand. He's a JoJo character. Oh god, the stand did the explosion. And the stand kind of shows what he's going to do before he does it. So if ever you're worried about what he's going to do next, you have an indicator. Oh, hey. Gotta get away, gotta get away! I just wanted to buff my weapon, bro. Alright, let's go. I'm done digging around now. Be very careful, you can destroy his ghostly stand. But it's easier to just destroy Pontiff Sulyvahn himself. And take him down. And his stand. Get put down, Pontiff Sulyvahn. Now then, let us alight our bonfire. And be rid of this disgusting man. Let's head back to the Firelink Shrine. So that was a pretty good fight. Not bad. Not bad. I got the immediate parry off. I love getting the immediate parry off. Always looks cool. Now then, we got some stuff to look at, obviously. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Soul of Pontiff Sulyvahn. Right here. Soul of Pontiff Sulyvahn. Pontiff Sulyvahn of Irithyll imprisoned a god of the old royalty in the abandoned cathedral to be fed to the devourer. Very interesting. It doesn't tell us a whole lot right now, but it will tell. It gives us insight into the near future. So, he imprisoned a god to be eaten by Aldrich, the devourer. Hence the name Devourer of Gods, right?
Aha, thou returned, and a fine day it is. So.
All right, so let's talk with Ludlith. And what do we get from Pontiff Sulyvahn? We get the Great Sword of Judgment. A ceremonial sword held in Pontiff Sulyvahn's left hand, representing the judgment of the moon, but with magic far closer to sorcery than any existing lunar power. Its dark blue hues, deeper than the darkest moon, reflect Sorcerer Sulyvahn's true nature. With the skill Stance of Judgment, assume stance to unleash dark magic. Use normal attack for a lunging thrust and strong attack to emit a sweeping wave. So this is the dark, glowing sword that he held in his left hand, and it scales with intelligence. And you can also get the Profaned Greatsword, which is an ultra greatsword. A ceremonious sword, held in Pontiff Sulyvahn's right hand, representing the Profaned Flame. Long ago, when Sulyvahn was yet a young sorcerer, he discovered the profaned capital and an unfading flame below a distant tundra of Irithyll, and a burning ambition took root within him. Skill Profaned Flame temporarily summoned the Profaned Flame. Lunge forward to use strong attacks and enshroud the blade in flame. So this gives us some insight on the Profaned Capital and the Profaned Flame, which we've been hearing very little of until just recently. The Profaned Capital held an unyielding flame. And apparently this flame itself helped to spurn Sulyvahn on in becoming a cooperator with Aldrich, who desires for the flame to die down and for the coming of the Deep, which is obviously what is behind the Cathedral of the Deep. So this is very telling about what kind of man Sulyvahn was. Sulyvahn was apparently a very power-hungry man, and he sought out to gain more and more. The Great Sword of Judgment originally reflects that Sulyvahn was originally a sorcerer himself, as opposed to any sort of deacon or any sort of holy man, even though he seems to be one of the leaders of the Deacons of the Deep themselves, those who worship Aldrich, or at least someone in a great cooperative effort with them. And the Profaned Greatsword shows that he wanted something to do with the Profaned Capital, which we have yet to know because we haven't been to the Profaned Capital quite yet.
Now.
So, with that, Pontiff Sulyvahn has been defeated. And because we have killed a boss, our good friend Greirat has returned.
Oh, then we're both safe and sound. Thank the gods for that. I don't like getting things so close. I might have died if it wasn't for that peculiar Onion Knight.
Hey!
In the end, it all paid off. Take a good look. They're sure to be of some use.
So he says, I might have died if not for that peculiar Onion Knight. He'll say that whether you send Sigurd after him or Patches, because remember, the way to send Patches after him is to not have Sigurd available, but Patches will have the Onion Knight suit available to himself. So Patches dresses up as Sigurd to help him. Anyway, let's go ahead and purchase item. So with that, he now sells 3 Twinkling Titanites and 3 Titanite scales. Pretty freaking cool. Is the Scholar's Candlestick new? Yes, it is. Scholar's Candlestick is from an area we haven't been to quite yet. The Lothric Knight Sword, again, an area we haven't been to quite yet. The Lothric Knight Great Sword, an area we haven't been to quite yet. Look at all this. Look at all these spoilers. Lothric Knight Long Spear. Look at all these spoiler items. Oh, jeez. And the Lothric Knight Shield. The Lothric Knight Great Shield. Does he sell their armor? Dude, if he sells their armor, I'm going to be super happy. Nope. But he sells a bunch of different bolts, lightning bolts, Dragon Slayer lightning arrows, Dragon Slayer great arrows. This is a big thing. If you want to use the Dragon Slayer bow, you need Dragon Slayer great arrows. So Greirat sells those, and I believe he's the only merchant that sells them, unless of course he dies. In which case you get his ashes and you can have the handmaids sell them.
You can keep as...
And he's got nothing else to say. So Greirat has returned successfully. That is cause for celebration on its own. Let's go ahead and come over here, and we will talk with Yuria.
Speak thy desire, honorable lord, our lord and liege. Knowest thou of a maid named Henri?
Yes, I do know Henri.
She is hollow, and will join thee in wedlock.
Oh!
A fellow of mine guides her at this moment. When the time is ripe, thou mayst make thy salutations. For what lord taketh no spouse?
Of course.
Ah, greetings.
What lord taketh no spouse? So we're gonna marry Henri. Yuria, thanks. Thanks, girl. Not selling anything new, are you? No, not at all. Well, Yuria says that Henri is going to become our waifu.
Till we meet again.
How nice. Notice she uses... Oh, actually, she said maid. Never mind. I was going to say she uses gender-neutral pronouns to describe Henri, but she says maid, so I'm completely wrong. I'm sorry. But anyway, apparently Henri is to become our wife. How nice. And everything is going to work out just fine. Yep, everyone's in their proper place. I have 82,000 souls to work with. Actually, I want to buy a couple things from Greirat just for the fun of it.
Okay.
Let's purchase some items. Let's get the Zweihander. The only way to get it is through Greirat anyway. The Lothric Knight Greatsword, maybe. Like I said before, I want to be using some of these big weapons just for funsies. Just for funsies. I don't think I have a glaive, do I? Well, I do now. Lothric Knight Great Shield. I can probably farm these items too, but You know, I just want them available. Why not just buy them if I can, you know? You know? You know?
Goodbye.
So, you know, might as well take a look at some of the lore behind this equipment. The Zweihander, ultra greatsword with a large, long blade wielded with 2 hands, yet still requiring great strength due to its weight. Execute powerful attacks and take advantage of its weight, or utilize its sharp blade in thrust attacks with the Stomp skill. Nice. Very nice, very good. What else do we got? Did I pass the Lothric Knight stuff? Maybe. Did I buy just the shields? I probably did. Glaive, just a halberd, pretty much. Glaive's a halberd. Oh hey, you know, I haven't used any halberds at all, like ever. Yep. Okay, yeah, Lothric Knight Great Shield. It takes 36 strength, I can't use it. I can use the Black Iron Great Shield if I want to. Great Shield of the renowned Lothric Knights, decorated with a holy symbol. The knights who formed the High Priestess's guard carried great shields such as these, which were granted high magic absorption through her blessing, and has the Shield Bash skill. And... didn't I buy the regular one too? Yeah. The Lothric Knights contended with dragons, and their shields have suitably high lightning absorption befitting a Dragon Slayer's arms. So apparently the Lothric Knights were involved with slaying dragons. You notice this doesn't have 100... or perfect physical attack power. Never mind, it does have 100 physical absorption. I thought for a second it didn't. Darn. The Pontiff Knight shields do not have 100 physical absorption, they're kind of weak. Great shields, by the way, are really, really powerful. For anyone that's looking for a strong shield, great shields are very strong, except maybe the Twin Dragon Great Shield, Patches' Great Shield. So yeah, I think we'll use this halberd for a little while. Now then, we can continue past, oh, wait, you know what? You know what, maybe I'll spend these souls. Maybe I'll spend these souls, little bit more endurance, why not? We're level 59 now? Wow, that's kind of high. Oh, wait, I have a bone shard, don't I? Yeah, I do. Could have burned that before Pontiff Sulyvahn, but I didn't really have much trouble. Now, we could continue past Pontiff Sulyvahn, but I'm not going to do that. We're going to the Distant Manor, because there is an entirely different area. Instead of going through Pontiff Sulyvahn. Oh, sorry, hiccups. Couple of hiccups. Oof. Okay, held my breath a moment or two. Sometimes you gotta hold your breath a moment or two. Anyway, there is an area down here that I'd like to explore at least a little bit. A little bit, since we started this episode just recently. Didn't get too far into it. Hey, you! No, come back. Oh, hey now. Don't be bringing in your friends. Oh, ow. Wow, that was pretty cool. Another claymore. We farming in claymores. So this was just a monster closet. This is what is known as a monster closet. It means it's a room with no point to it whatsoever other than to hide an enemy. Oh, hey. I'm still farming your gear. I am 100% still farming your gear. You notice you can't backstab these enemies. Because they're just so big, I guess. I don't know. Nothing? Oh, man. Come on, bruh. Oh, well, good roll by me. Anyway, there was another invisible person. This halberd. This dumb little halberd is doing work. It's doing work. Pretty sure there's no illusory walls down here. In fact, I'm like 99% positive. Anyway, when we come down here, notice this is an entirely different area. With the wind billowing all over the place, and death falls, and Dark Spirit Alva, Seeker of the Spurned, has invaded. Hey, there you are. Hi, Alva. Alva is using a Murakumo. Wow, this weapon's pretty decent. Halberd's not bad. Oh, oh. Yeah, that's pretty cool move. That is legitimately a pretty cool move. Oh, don't fall, Alva. Don't fall. You don't want to get cheesed to death. Oop, oop, oop. Gotta be a little careful. I'm a little low on health. Kick. Why would you kick? Oh, right, because I was holding L1 while I was healing. And Alva goes down. Oh. And we get the Murakumo for defeating Alva. Let's take a look at that weapon. In fact, we'll even equip it. Because the Murakumo is pretty cool. Murakumo. Where's the Murakumo? I don't know where it shows up in your inventory. My inventory is large and in charge. Oh, right here, right next to the Exile Greatsword. Okay, Murakumo. The curved great sword of Alva, Seeker of the Spurn, specially forged in an eastern land. Sharp but heavy, this sword requires extreme strength and dexterity to wield. The search for the Spurn had no end, and so the wayfaring knight formed to a most deformed weapon. With the skill Spin Slash, slice into foes in a large spinning motion and continue spinning to transition into a strong attack. So it takes 20 strength and 18 dex to use. It's pretty much, it's similar to a, just a large curved greatsword. Normal attack there. Go ahead and two-hand it. Pretty standard there, pretty standard, straight up. Until you use the skill. And continue through. If you just use the skill and then hit R2, for your strong attack, you continue spinning through until the end of your... Until the end of my, at least, stamina. So we go deeper still. And we come down to a bonfire. The Irithyll dungeon. And we can't go this way. It does not open from that side. So yes, the Irithyll dungeon. We'll get our feet a little bit wet here in the Irithyll dungeon. So, let's take a look over here. This is actually an enemy. Just lying down there. Now this is jerkish. We grab the item off that corpse and the corpse screams. Which is really unsettling. And scary. It might alert that thing. But not all corpses do it. It's random. So, well, I mean, they're set. You just have no way of knowing which ones do it until you grab it. So it's kind of a risk versus reward thing of whether you think the reward is worth it or not. This particular cell is locked. It's locked. Shit's locked, yo. Can't get in there. But can I open the door? I did. Nope. These cells are actually cells. There are no, there's no illusory walls or anything like that around them to make it easy to get through. Now then, we're about to go face the main enemy type of this area. This enemy type is really, really annoying. If anyone has ever played Bloodborne, you will know of enemies known as Winter Lanterns, who look at you and they build up bleed, and eventually, or they build up frenzy, and eventually the frenzy procs and you take a big hit of bleed damage. Well, these enemies are worse. Trust me, they are worse. We're not going to let that one quite have her way with me, but, oh, look, an item. Oh god, no! I love that trap. And she moves very creepily. And she has a branding iron. And jailer trousers. Okay, well, no more mystery on what she is called. She is a jailer. Let's go ahead and kill that guy. Okay, kill this guy too. Wow. Hi there, fella. Good try. Very good try there. Okay, yeah, they're all trying to grab me. Leechman! Get off of me, Leechman! Okay. You know what? Let's Karthus Flame Arc these nerds. You'll notice there aren't a bunch of leeches on me, like, you'd expect. Weird. Oh yeah, you don't like fire, do ya? You're not big fans of fire, are you freaking nerds? You'll recall these guys, and the old sorcerer set. You will recall these guys coming from the, and Leechman here, who we can hit through the bars because we have a pole arm. And he can't do anything about it. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, you will recall these enemies from the cemetery outside of the Cathedral of the Deep. Great Magic Shield as well. So old sorcerer set, Great Magic Shield, we got some stuff to look at. These guys all showed up in the Cathedral of the Deep, and you see that this is what happens to them when they become giant leech creatures. You'll see that they're... Let's go ahead and swap this for the torch real quick. Whoops. Torch, there we go. So that we can see a little bit easier. You'll notice that their innards have completely ripped out, and their skeleton, their muscle tissue all kind of ripped apart from it, and the leeches all came out and formed into that body from multiple hosts. And that's how those things are created. And this is a really good indicator of that. Now then, we've got some stuff to look at. First things first, Great Magic Shield, which we just got. Sorcery, which improves upon Magic Shield. Only sorcerer swordsmen with special duties are permitted the use of this spell, which temporarily grants even the smallest of shields fortitude more akin to that of a great shield. This makes your shield really good, yo. Really good, yo. To put it in layman's terms. In addition, we got the old sorcerer set, which is the sorcerer set from Dark Souls 1. Traditional attire worn by sorcerers of the Vinheim Dragon School. Long ago, sorcerers were said to always dress properly, even while on distant journeys of discovery, even before such journeys were established curriculum. And, oh god, where's the old sorcerer's garb? Take a look. It's in a book. Right, there we go. Same thing. Probably the same thing here. Yep, same thing there. And old sorcerer boots, same thing there. Yes. We also got the jailer's leggings from the jailer that we killed. So, in case you were wondering what that enemy is called, jailers. Jailer trousers. The jailers were among the few survivors inhabiting the profaned capital, later serving under Pontiff Sulyvahn. Perhaps the screams emanating from the cells helped them forget their old home. So the jailers are originally from the profaned capital. Pontiff Sulyvahn had some sort of obsession with the profaned capital, and now they serve him. And you recall Sigurd talking about a dungeon leading to the profaned capital. So in case you guys were wondering about where Irithyll dungeon goes, I believe we have solved that mystery. You see there are these, once again, we have these covered... Okay. Once again, we have these covered cages full of bodies. Covered cages full of bodies. Let's go ahead and grab... Hello! I forgot you existed. Luckily, you get staggered like crazy, apparently. Oh, that's a trap. Large soul of a nameless soldier. I'm glad I didn't get hit by that. I could have easily gotten wrecked by that. Oh, hey, let's let her do her thing. This is what these guys do. Look at my health bar. Yup. Yup. This is locked, by the way. That is what those enemies... That is what jailers do. That is their main form of pain infliction. They look at you. Much like the Winter Lanterns of Bloodborne. They look at you, and suddenly life is horrible. So yeah, let's go introduce ourselves. There's lots of these guys as well. Anyway, we want to really interrupt her. By the way, the jailers aren't too happy with fire. God damn it. You guys are so annoying. There we go. You can throw anything at me? Nope. Just swing our big ol' halberd. Once again, you can tell which ones are real and which ones are fake enemies by the color, the lighting. Oh, what'd you drop me? A fading soul. 5 fading souls, actually, I think. Oh well. Fading souls are worth 50, so that's not too bad. Look at all this stuff. Oh, by the way, just wanted to point out that that jail cell here is locked from this side as well. Shit's locked, yo. So yeah, jailers worse than Winter Lanterns confirmed. Building up, so that's a trap. It's a trap to alert the jailer right over there. I didn't even move. I didn't even move at all. Okay. I mean, I guess I'll accept that. I guess I fell. I guess. Hey, you. Damn, you're fast. Well, ripped my HP bar. No, stop that. Stop it. I said stop it. Yeah, they're not too happy with fire. Fire is, not their friend. Jailer robe, nice. Just like fire is not these guys' friend. I'm actually very curious about what the Cathedral of the Deep, because this is the Irithyll dungeon. These jailers serve Pontiff Sulyvahn. Sulyvahn works very closely with the Cathedral of the Deep, so why does the Cathedral of the Deep want maggot people? What purpose? What purpose is there for that? I don't understand. I don't understand. We got the jailer robe, by the way. Jailer robe, jailer robe. I don't think it says anything new, but let's find it. I don't know what it looks like off the top of my head, actually. Oh, there we go. Few survivors of the Profaned Capital. Yes. Robe worn by jailers. Originally ritualistic formal wear. That's actually kind of telling. Originally, that is ritualistic wear. Pretty interesting. Let's put on a new suit of armor. Let's get the Cathedral Knight armor on, because it's freaking really good armor. It's extremely good armor. It's not the best armor in the game, but it's extremely good. There's a jailer over here. Let's get her. Stop it, please. Stop destroying my health bar, you bitch. I still need the jailer hat, but, and the jailer gloves. But we're doing well. And those guys vanish. Those guys aren't infinite. Luckily. They're not infinite around here. I don't think there's anything over here that I can do. This is locked, right? Yeah, it does not open from this side. Same as being locked, you know? Okay, pale pine resin. Pale pine resin, that's the first time we've seen any. Temporarily applies magic to the right-hand weapon. The blood-red substance sometimes found within suggests there is more to the so-called resin than meets the eye. Ooh. Anyway, that noise that we've been listening to for the last moment or so is this guy. This thing. Which is kind of creepy. You'll notice he has the face of a man, and he's beginning to grow wings, and he's kind of extending his form. into a much more animalistic one. He has like the beginning of some sort of wing protrusion coming out of his back. And he was chained up, but he's not anymore. And, yeah, this guy is creepy, but he's totally harmless. He doesn't drop anything either, so there's no reason to kill him. We're gonna leave him be. He's our friend. What should I name that guy? He's Bobby G. I'm gonna call him Bobby G. Okay, over here we get the Jailbreaker's Key. Let's take a look at that. Jailbreaker's Key. Key to the barred window of Irithyll Dungeon. But the window only leads to a bottomless black pit below, and above, a paltry view of the ruined profaned capital. The very architecture appears to be a cruel joke the jailers played on would-be escapees. To, point out exactly where that opens up, it's back across this bridge in the first area. And we're going to come back here. The jailer's key actually opens this. Which lets us drop down here. And drop down here. And there is a bellowing dragon crest ring. Funny that it would be out here. Let's see. Bellowing Dragon Crest Ring greatly boosts sorceries. A special ring given to those who are deemed fit to undertake the journey of discovery in Vinheim, the home of sorcery. Apropos to the dragon seal, a bellowing dragon symbolizes the true nature of the consummate sorcerer. Dragons, Vinheim. We get it. So that makes your sorceries much stronger. Makes your sorceries much stronger. Oh, look at you. I see you there. I landed on him. Well, down you go. I'm just gonna leave y'all be. I don't need to be up here yet. However, I do need to grab this. Homeward Bone. Anyone gonna come after me, or are you just gonna fire? Oh, come on, man. Well, he's a bad shot, so that's cool. So this is back in the jailer area where we haven't seen yet. And there's a crystal lizard. Coming from this side makes it much easier to get the crystal lizard. Otherwise, he runs towards this guy. Let's take a look at his attacks. They're kind of pathetic. So this is another one of them. He's got a bit of a spear. He mainly does just forward lunges. He's pretty darn pathetic. Pretty darn pathetic. And then disappears when he's killed. There's another one in here, but just kind of jailed off. This guy doesn't drop anything either. That guy wasn't protecting anything. He was just kind of there. We're working backwards a little bit right now. Working a little bit backwards here. Ow. Gotta be kind of careful. Got him with some thrusting. And over here we have a door that doesn't open from this side. Aw, man. I want the item, bruh. Darn it. And on these chairs, you can actually see some of the helmets that the jailers wear. Speaking of jailers, there's a jailer, there's a jailer, there's a jailer. There's a few jailers in this room. I want their set. So, let the games begin. Careful of the branding iron. The branding iron is actually an extremely painful and powerful attack that they can use. Can I have my health bar back for just like a moment or two, please? If I just walk back here for a second? Just like 1, 2, 3? Hey, there we go. Let's get him. Okay, drop me anything? No? Okay. Sigh. I was really hoping they'd drop stuff because, well, I'm gonna have to farm them for the rest of the set, because I'm like that and I need to collect everything. Anyway, this is right over here, right next to Bobby G. Right next to Bobby G. Anyway, I'm going to have to farm that whole set from them, so I'm upset that I have to farm more. Anyway, there's another one of those guys in here. He has a weapon, so he is aggressive. Just trying to let him do his thing a little bit, but he's busy clipping through the wall. Simple gem is what he was guarding. These guys actually can drop the weapon that they have. It's very rare, so I will be farming for that as well. I'm going to be farming down here a little bit. And now it is time to take a look over this area, which I didn't quite get a good look at before because someone was very rudely shooting crossbow bolts at my ass. You gonna do that again? Really? Really now? Come on now. Fine. You know what? Bring it on, bruh. Come on! I'm right here. No, you're just patrolling? Whatever. If they kill me, they kill me. I don't care. Anyway, we're going to look down here with our binoculars. This is the Profaned Capital. All of this is what is left of the Profaned Capital. The, where Yorm the Giant inhabits. You notice there's not much. There's not much at all. Basically, cliff sides have dilapidated and crumbled. There are ruins left of what once was, or what once might have been. And not much going on, but a very large fire down in a basin, at least there's that. So there's life. But that is the next area that I am personally going to head us on. Our next journey is to head down towards the Profaned Capital. So, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode of us kicking Pontiff Sulyvahn's ass and heading down here into the Profaned Capital. And I will see you guys on the next episode where we continue our way through Irithyll Dungeon and make our way down to the eventual Profaned Capital. So thanks very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye!